Hey everybody, this is Alex Hells again, coming back finally with an episode 2, second episode, whatever. I know it's been a minute. I got that first video out because I just wanted to make sure I got something out. Just it's one of those, hey, you have to get started. Nothing's gonna happen until you get started. So that's what I did, and I wasn't really prepared to come back and keep going and making more. But I wanted to make sure I started this, that it's something that I committed to. So yeah, that's what the long wait was. Hopefully I have some rough idea of, some more episodes and stuff like that to go. So hopefully we're good. Been using this camera a little bit now. I love it. I had a little bit of back and forth thought like, maybe I chose the wrong camera. Maybe I did this, maybe I did that. But I really am happy with this thing. Again, I got the Fujifilm X-T30. I think that other cameras would have been good too. There's nothing against the other cameras. I just really like this one. I like what I've been able to get out of it. I think I've gotten some really good results. And I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a ton between just getting out there and finally doing the pictures. I think that's kind of like the biggest thing. You just have to do it, right? Between that and just still researching. I'm still watching YouTube. I'm still doing all this stuff to educate myself, talking to other photographers and videographers, and just watching, looking at other work, looking at what other people have done, and trying to learn as much as I can from that. I thought it'd be kind of cool to give an episode of seeing some starting gear. I've had this camera now for, I don't know, a little over a month or so. I got it. A nice little kit. When I got it, I had some money set aside, so I got a good deal on the camera, got it with some equipment, and then I've gotten a couple pieces of equipment since then. So a couple of the items I'm using, so I'm not going to be able to actually show them. I'm not like right here. I'll cut to some roll of those, and we'll see how it goes. So first up, obviously the camera. Obviously I'm using it, so I can't do that. But yeah, it's the Fuji X-T30. I love it. It's great. I ended up with this one, did a bunch of research. I kind of was drawn to the fact that internally it's very much the same as the big brother version of it, the X-T3, just missing some of the other little features. Camera body's a little different. I do wish it was weather sealed, especially living here in the Northwest. I live in the Seattle area. It'd be nice to have that weather sealing, but at the moment, it's not hitting me too hard, and we are in the middle of winter, so just working around that, it's not too bad. The second item I got is it's also in use, so I can't do it, but it's the Pixel MC650. It's a boom mic, sits on the microphone, it's up there. I'll cut to a picture of it. It seems to be working good. You tell me. The sound probably could be better, but it is what it is. It really does seem pretty solid. It's supposed to be on par with that cheap Rode mic. I forgot the exact name of it, but it was this is quite a bit cheaper than that, and it's pretty much on par. Again, you tell me. Hopefully the sound sounds good to you. The first video seemed to do okay, so we'll see about that. Third item is this, I'll pull it over. I'm actually using it for my own lighting. It's going to go dark here for a second. I apologize. It's here. It's a little Tautronics light. It's not too bad. I know it's, going to be more of a hair light, kind of a helping out light. But for now, it's the one light I have. I did just order more, so we'll see how that goes. But it's pretty cool. It's a little light, small space, but it seems to do really well, and I can change it. It goes from a cool white to a warm white. It's roughly like 2700 Kelvin to 5000 Kelvin, thereabouts. It didn't give an exact amount when I bought it, but just kind of playing around with it, that's kind of what it does. Has that little diffuser plate on there, so it works pretty well. Again, I know it's not like a main source usually, but it seems to be doing okay for now. And again, I did just order something else, so maybe the next video we have that all set up. Some nicer lighting for that. The third item, I was using it over here for a second, but it's this guy. Reflector. It's a 5-in-1, so it's got the silver, it's got the black, it's got zips open, it's got here for diffusion, Inside it's got white and it's got gold. So a lot of things I was watching were talking about it being, hopefully it's helping, I don't know. A lot of things were talking about that being a nice investment. It was only like 17 bucks. Makes a difference. I haven't used it yet besides today just now, but I can see the total usefulness of it. I just forgotten about it. Nice value. It seems like for the money, it's not that bad of a price, and if it helps as much as I think it will, I think it'll totally be worth it. Next thing, got this pack of lenses. It's the Ultra. It came with a UV, an ND filter, and polarizer. Kind of playing around with it. I did try that, the ND filter, the other day, and it wasn't. I need some more experience with it. The whole pack again was only 17 bucks. I know, there's all these fancy ones that each one of those is lens, those filters is 200 bucks, 100 bucks. So I'm sure that's going to play a factor into it too. But it had good reviews, and even if only one of those filters works out, it sounds like it'd be worth it. Also with that, I got some step down rings. I got it in a bigger, I got it in the size for this lens, and so I got some step up and step down rings so I can switch it to different lenses. Speaking of lenses, that takes me to my next thing. I got a new lens. I know that I originally planned on just sticking with this for a while, the 18 to 55, and it was cool, but I think what's kind of drawn me is more portraiture and stuff, stuff like that. And I was talking to some friends of mine that are photographers, and they were telling me to get the Nifty 50. Kind of a little bit of do-it-all lens. You can do some portraiture, you can do some this, you can do some that. And I've done a little bit of everything. With it, I've gone and done, taken some nature shots. I've taken some car shots, people. It's kind of, again, what I've been drawn to. I've been trying to do more of posting in some of the TFP groups, stuff like that. But this has been great. It is the Fuji XF 35 millimeter f2. So 35 millimeters is the equivalent to the Nifty of a 50 millimeter in full frame. This is an APS-C sensor. I dig it. It made a huge difference. I was doing, with this one again, I was having fun with it. I was doing well, but having that prime lens, really, it kind of changed. Like for me, something clicked. Like the second I put this on my camera, something kind of clicked, and it you'd think that it'd be more inconvenient having to come in and out, come in and out instead of just being able to change your zoom. But to me, it's not. I like it, and it makes me experiment with angle more. Again, maybe that's dumb. Maybe it's just me being new. But for me, it made an immediate impact as far as not even just, if you stand in the same place and take the same shot, sure, it's nothing's going to change. But it forced me to look at a scene different and try to take a different angle. And so for me, it made a really big impact. The only time this has really come off my camera is for this video. So, not saying I'm not going to use this lens in the future for anything, but at the moment, what I've been wanting to shoot, this has been great. There's been a couple times where I wish it was maybe a little more zoomed, a couple times where I wish it was a little bit less, but overall, I just move myself in and out. I love it. Yeah, definitely. When your photographer friend tells you, go get the Nifty 50, or again, in my case, because it's cropped, 35 millimeter, listen to them. I'm so happy I listened to them. Next item, we got a couple little strap options. This is mainly what I've been using. Actually, this came in a 2-pack for like $6. This one and the green one, I've been using the green one mainly. It's still on the camera, so I just grabbed this one. Wrist strap goes into the camera, goes on your wrist, holds it. This is mainly what I've been using. I really like it. Gives me the confidence. The other day I was taking some pictures, and I was it's kind of a little of a dock, And it gave me the confidence to kind of hang my camera over a little bit and take a picture. I never would have done it if I didn't have, you know, this holding it. It holds like, I think they said something like 20 something pounds. You know, this camera's a couple pounds at most, so this is really good. It's been really good for me so far. Along with that one, I got this neck strap. Comes here. It's kind of a cool one. It's got a quick release. So if you're walking around, you can take that off. You know, theoretically take that off real quick, take your picture. Also, it's got these little pockets. I don't know exactly what you could really put in there. A couple bit of change, maybe a, I don't know, pocket knife, something like that. I guess if you carry a knife or something. Yeah, I mainly got this particular one because A, it looked comfortable, and then it's got the quick release. A couple videos I was watching, we're talking about how the quick release is super, super helpful. Not with this particular model, you know, they had bigger, fancier ones, but yeah, the quick release was cool. You know, it was only a couple bucks more than another one that didn't have it. I think this was like 12 bucks or something like that. I figured I'd try this one out. This one is USA Gear. It seems like they're a decently known brand. For me though, yeah, this seems like it'll be cool if I use it. I plan on using an neck strap, trying it out, but I got that wrist one, and I've really been sticking to that one mainly. So I've seen people use both, and so we'll see what happens with that. Next up, I just got some extra batteries. I got this kind of cool pack. I know sometimes a lot of people, you know, on the videos will say, hey, don't go away from the manufacturers, you know, Fuji, whatever. In this case, I did. I looked up a bunch of reviews. I don't do anything about looking up a ton of reviews. And these ones had like 4.8 stars or something like that. It's a Power Extra. Came with 2 batteries, plus this pretty cool charger. It's got a built-in USB if you want that, or a slot for the micro to USB. It's got a little, it shows you how much it's charged. I like it. So the charging station's cool. You can charge 2 at once. And then that gave me a grand total of 3 batteries. And it was cheap. I want to say 20 bucks or so. Maybe a little bit more than that, but not much. It was not a bad price. And the extra batteries have been huge. I've already been out on a couple shoots and I forgot to charge and just slapped in a new battery, called it a day. We were all happy. So weird thing with this camera, it's got that smaller auxiliary port. So got the step down with the right angle to make it easier. Some people were complaining that if you had this in, they couldn't plug anything else in because the port's on the side. So I got the right angle to give it a little bit more extra room. This came in a 2-pack. One's on the camera, one's here, so little thing helps. Next thing I got is this backpack. It's the Terion. So it's I tried another backpack before this one. Ordered it. I tried the Amazon Basics one. The Amazon Basics one was cool. There's a couple things I liked about that one a little bit better, as far as like storages and stuff like that. But it didn't really fit right. It was really small, even smaller than this guy. Didn't really fit right, and then some of the other stuff inside I didn't like so much. Tried this one out. It was a couple bucks more, but I like this one more. It's got some good storage inside. It's all messy in there right now because I've been doing this video. And then it's got a place for the laptop in the back, that's really nice for me. So I've been using it just to carry everything. You know, so I can take it, like I'll go to work, I'll take this whole thing with me so that at work I can, on lunch or whatever, I can work on editing photos and stuff like that. So this has been really cool. I know a lot of people go with like just the one strap, you know, deal, and an backpack. I like the versatility it has. I like how much extra it can carry, that you're not killing the shoulder for it. So I ended up going with the backpack. So the last thing I got is a journal. I can honestly say like the first journal I've ever bought in my life that wasn't for school purposes, you know, way back when. Yeah, it's this nice little journal, little leather journal. It's got refillable pages. It's got a nice feel to it. I actually really like it. It's real soft. I think it's going to patina real well. Nice fancy word for you of the day. Yeah, I've started using this to write down shoots and location ideas and shooting ideas and just stuff like that. And I felt like it's really helped me, especially if I actually carry it. That's the big key. You have to actually carry it. but I've been doing a better job actually carrying it around with me. It helps because I'll think of an idea and I'll write it down right away. I know, well, I could put it in my phone, but I don't know, I guess for me, I just like being able to write it down. As bad as my handwriting is, I just like to write it down real quick, get it out of my brain, get it onto a page. So having this journal has helped, both with planning for the future and going over shots. You know, I've been meeting with people, you know, getting shot ideas down, meeting and doing that kind of thing. So that's kind of helped me remembering what we did, where we were at, blah 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 blah. So journal been really good. I know a lot of people recommended it, so that's what I want. The only other thing to mention would be potentially that this camera, when I got it, came in a kit, so it came with a couple little extras. For the most part, I don't really use them. This little stand, the light, I don't know if you saw the little light, came on this cute little tripod. It's about that big. It's pretty much useless except for holding this one light right there in this one position, so I guess that's pretty cool. Nice little cleaning kit, actually, that could be pretty useful. So the cleaning kit, hopefully that'll come in handy. The one thing that did come in handy is this guy. It's actually pretty cool. It's a USB. I thought it was just a USB, and then I looked at it, and it's not just a USB. It's got places for cards, so it can do micro SD, SD cards, blah blah blah. So this is coming real handy. Like with my PC, I do most of my editing on my Mac, which can take the SD card, but the micro SD, if I ever use that, you know, in like a secondary camera or something, couldn't. So I have this, and then my PC, where I edited my first video, that one doesn't have any card reader. So this was actually super cool, super handy. It feels super cheap, but it's really really cool, and it's got some card slots for older cards that aren't really in use anymore. But you know, you have the old cameras laying around, or even just any other sort of media that could potentially be on those. You have them here. I don't know how much it would be normally, but again, I got my camera in a kit. It was a really good deal, so all came with it, and that's pretty much it. I've been very fortunate. I've been able to get quite a bit of stuff. Again, like I said, I really shopped it out. I didn't feel like I had to get the professional this, the top of that. You know, you see all these YouTubers that, oh yeah, I have this thing. It's only like $200, and then $150, and $200, and $300, and it's, you know, a lot of the same stuff you can get. It may not be as nice. I'm not claiming it's going to be as nice. You know, my ND filter, it's not that Peter McKinnon one that's $200. But you know, I got 3 of them for $17, and it's not going to be as good as the Peter McKinnon one. That Peter McKinnon one is going to be so much nicer, and I'm sure it's worth the money. I just, you know, when you're starting out, I don't feel like you need it yet. That makes more sense that you have all the gear, you get some money, and then you say to yourself, like, okay, well, now I can spend it on something extra. So a lot of this stuff, you know, again, the tripod, $20 instead of $100. The mic, $45 instead of the $250 for that Rode video mic that everyone has. You know, I really, you know, you could call it cutting corners, but I don't feel like I am. I'm really doing my research to try to find the best quality I can while keeping things cheaper. And then you can upgrade. You know, there's no reason that at some point down the road I'm like, you know, I'm making money, I'm doing this, and I say to myself, you know, I'm going to get the Peter McKinnon ND filter. That's great. That'll be awesome. Then that'll be a nice treat for at that point. But I don't need it now. You know, I don't need the Rode video mic now because I have this mic that seems to be working pretty well. And I'd rather have the equipment I need than keep saying to myself, oh, I gotta wait. I can't do it. I gotta wait. You know, I have to get this one. I have to get this one. I have to get this one. That's what stopped me with the camera. As I said, I had to get this top one. Instead of being like, you know what, maybe we can start here. You know, it seems like with photography, the one thing that's really worth it is the lens. You know, the lenses are the one thing that you really should put that money into and spend, you know, and save up for and all that. You know, I'm saving up. You know, there's a couple lenses that I want to get. Different purposes. I want to get one more wide angle. either like a 16 or 14 or I'm thinking about that 23. I know it's not as wide, but the Fuji, that 23 f2 seems pretty cool. Long term, I'd like to get that 56 1.2. That thing seems really, really nice, especially if I'm doing more of these portrait stuff that I'm doing. But again, right now I'm learning so much. I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun doing this stuff. And I need to, you know, with this basic equipment, I take and I can apply it and try it out and see if I even need it. You know, if I go out and spend hundreds of dollars on stuff that I'll end up never using, what's the point of it? You know, it really gives me this gives me the chance to try it out and see if I like it, and then I can go for that quality stuff if I use it, or just skip it and I'm out $20. You know, I'd rather not waste $20, but losing $20 as opposed to $135 for whatever fancier version, I can live with that a little bit better. So that's, I guess, what's in my bag, since that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I have so far. That's what I'm working with. We'll see. I'm gonna start coming out with content more. I know, again, this is only my second video. Forgive me if the whole thing is rough. That's the whole point of this channel, is that it's rough and we're learning, and I'm learning as much as I can. I'm just, you know, I'm everything I'm doing, I'm just talking to people. I have friends that are videographers, photographers, talking with them, working with them, seeing what I can do. Trying to get more confident with this, you know, the talking to the camera. It's kind of a, I don't know if hopefully it doesn't come across too much, but it's actually a really uncomfortable thing for me. Just reaching out, talking to random people, it's kind of an uncomfortable thing to me, but it's something I want to do. Doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. So maybe we can get some, you know, I'd like to take this out. I've had the chance to work with a couple models and stuff like that have been awesome. I'll post some of those pictures actually through here if you guys are interested in it, and a link to my Instagram where they are. But maybe I can start getting some of those interactions on camera. You know, I'd love to just bring more content, and let me know what you guys are wanting. Some of this gear, if you know, it was hard to find YouTube videos on a lot of it. Are you guys interested in a review? I mean, again, maybe not the most qualified. So thank you for checking out this video. Seriously, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, like it, you know, that whole spiel at the end that everyone's supposed to do, like it, subscribe, whatever. But seriously, if you're interested, subscribe in this journey. I'm really, really excited about it, especially after now having the camera for a little over a month. And I actually got to get into it and play with it and take some pictures. You know, I actually got to take some pictures, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really, really, really genuinely excited about it. Having fun with it, having a lot of fun. Already meeting some really cool people. So yeah, so go ahead and give this a subscribe. Doesn't hurt anybody to do it. Let me know again if you're interested. Let me know what you're interested in hearing from me. If you're interested in some reviews from a scrub, if you just want this kind of content, that kind of content, we're filling it out. Again, brand new channel. This is the second episode, so we'll see what happens. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.